So the first time I ever heard about Day of the Triffids was seeing a 1962 cult science fiction horror film about a meteor shower in the middle of the night that ends up blinding everybody on the Earth. But anybody that missed the meteor shower, stayed inside, protected their eyes, they were the ones that woke up the next morning that could actually see. And they were like sort of the few survivors. In the background, these plants that were basically carnivorous plants, in a way domesticated, they uprooted themselves and went around and started slashing with their stingers and killing the blind and sort of taking over the earth. And the whole thing sounded absolutely ridiculous. It was a very creepy movie because there were people up in planes that were blind and they had to like land the plane. The plane would actually crash. I mean, it was a pretty dark, very dark movie. It wasn't very lighthearted at all. Eventually they made like a 1980 series, I think was true to the book. And then of course they had a regular movie. But I didn't know anything about the book at all, that it was actually based on a 1951 book by a very famous author named John Wyndham. And the book is very different than the actual movies. It's incredibly realistic, almost as if you actually were going through the survival of mankind. It's more about the human characters more than anything. That's what blew my mind more than anything, was just like what the characters were going through. It almost reads like Shakespeare, and I found out that this book was actually required reading back in England for students, and it reads again like Shakespeare. It may sound weird, but it is an amazing book.
Fires and weather would have worked on it. It would be visibly dead and abandoned. But now, at a distance, it could still masquerade as a living city.
Here at Purdue University, we have a lot of greenhouses, one of the top agricultural schools here. As I was kind of going here for my master's, I was looking at the greenhouses and how they were lit at night. I thought it'd be cool to do a visual effects shot with this. And I was originally going to do like a Blade Runner shot, but I figured I want to do something that has a little bit more interaction.